Boys, we got the job done. Yes, 2 baby, 2. Let's go, come on. Alright, welcome back to another video, welcome back to another BDOS Brighton Bombers under 14 round report. Minor season has finished, as you can see. On my channel I've posted all the 12 minor round reports. And I posted a grand final preview, both divs, because both divs made it to the grand final, and then I posted live streams actually a little bit aftermath when I got back home from playing my grand final and celebration at the club just before Mad Monday. We both got the job done, both teams. I did 1 and 2s. Boys, come on, get around it. I captained my team to a grand final. Yeah, and we ended up winning the premiership. So I'm a dual premiership player now, and captain my team to a premiership and the grand final. So I'm a premiership captain player as well. Lovely stuff. Go to stream if you want, since I just got back and I have like my emotions just all over the place. And yeah, I just love it. And I've got my medals there, 2 premiership medals, and yeah, go check that out, my Guernsey and my gear and everything. But without further ado, let's get straight into this round report. And obviously it's the grand final round report. The perfect day for footy to end a perfect season. Congratulations to both teams on their premiership wins. Yellows 8-15-63 defeated GLENUNGA 4-5-29. As the game started, the wind had picked up to be a strong gusty blow which made conditions challenging. The boys opened dominating the contest with Jackson Kells leading the way with his usual intensity. While controlling possession, the boys could not convert on the scoreboard. Quarter time score was 1-8-0-1. We'd heard of the wind at Unley Oval, the Unley wind, but it was nothing like we expected. Coach Glenn studied the boys at quarter time, praising them for their contested work, but refocusing them on the challenge to hold their opposition into the win. With Coach Glenn's words ringing in their ears, the boys immediately asserted themselves onto the contest again, and quickly surged the ball forward for Jackson Kells to kick his second. The boys defended multiple attacks well, with GLENUNGA getting their first over the back, and half-time was 2-10 to 1-2. Coach Glenn made some adjustments to the team and challenged the boys for a big premiership quarter. The boys responded to this challenge and immediately drove forward, but once again could not convert. Then a disastrous 2 minutes, with Jackson Kells going down in agony with a suspected knee injury. Agony. Jackson was carried from the ground. In almost the next contest, big man Jed Farrell leaped to take a strong contest mark on the wing, only to come down on an uneven lump of grass and twist his knee. Jed showed great courage to take his kick, but was clearly in pain and immediately came from the field. As usual, Coach Glenn calmed the situation and made some adjustments to rebalance the team. Jake Parrish responded and lifted for his team, taking a heap of contested marks, and showed enormous strength with his fierce attack on the ball, which enabled him to kick a critical goal. This inspired the boys, and Ashley Pratt and Sam Williams kicked important goals, and the boys came in at 3/4 time having kicked 3-6 to 0-0, for the score to be 5-16 to 1-2. Coach Glenn refocused the boys on how hard they had worked, and the opportunity that lay ahead for one last quarter. Then Jackson Kells put his hand up. What initially appeared a knee injury was a bad corky, and Jackson asked to be put back in to help his team. The boys were inspired and steeled themselves for the challenge to hold GLENUNGA, kicking with a 5-goal gale. GLENUNGA started attacking, and as usual, our boys defended like their life depended on it. GLENUNGA did not take with their opportunities, but kicked an early one. Then against the run of play, the boys responded and drove into the wind for Reed to kick one from the goal square. GLENUNGA surged again, missing set shots but kicked another, and it was tight. But then the true spirit of the Yellows stood up. Jackson wrestled a clearance, the boys surged forward, and Reed snapped another. GLENUNGA were broken. Ashley Pratt kicked a classy goal late, and it was time for the siren. It was confirmed. A group of boys who had not played that much footy together before this season, with a coach they did not know, had formed a unit that achieved the ultimate. Congratulations to Coach Glenn and the 30 boys who played through the Yellows this season. Best players, grand final medalist, Bob, Jackson Kells, all played well. Goals, Jackson Kells, 2-2, Ashley Pratt, 2-2, Reed Francis Nia, 2-0, Jake Parrish, 1-3, Sam Williams, 1-1, Harry Bailey, 0-3, Darian Thompson, 0-3, Tyler Julian, 0-1. Blacks, 13-8-86 defeated Port Districts 7-9-51. The Blacks won the toss and kicked for the 4-goal win. The game opened with T-Mac getting the first clearance and the boys were away. Like the previous games against Port Districts, it was a high pressure, contested game and Port Districts defended well, but our boys were controlling early possession. Conditions were impacting, kicking, and we could not convert possession onto the scoreboard, Port Districts rushing 2 behinds. Lucas was controlling his wing, and Ben took a mark in front of Isaac Edwards that set the tone. Then TD did what TD does and scrapped a crumbling goal off the pack 15 metres out in front and we were on the board. Port settled and started to surge forward. Our defenders stood strong and much of the quarter remained an end-to-end battle. Then Henry McKinnon marked on 50 and took ownership at the moment with 2 minutes left. Henry went back and kicked a magnificent set shot from 50 metres and this lifted the boys. We asked Mandy the time and with less than a minute, then enter OB. The mids cleared the centre bounce, surged forward and OB snapped a critical goal and siren went. Quarter time, 3-3 to 0-2. The second quarter had the boys kicking into the wind. The boys lifted and immediately attacked with Port Districts defending willingly. Maka got an important goal and the boys' dominance was now translating. Then Port Districts lifted and started surging forward. Our defence was holding strong but under the relentless pressure leaked a couple. This gave Port Districts a lift and they gained momentum. Port Districts kicked 4 goals to 1 for half-time to be 2 points difference, 4-6 to 4-4. Game on. At half-time, the boys understood they had control of the game. Rucks and midfield were dominating and we reassessed where we needed to improve. Diz was challenged and went forward with TD and little did we know what this would do. Diz used his strength and kicked a snap from deep in the pocket for TD to mark in goal square and goal. Almost immediately our mids got another clearance and forward we went and bang, Diz kicked a ripper on the run. The boys had momentum. Another centre clearance, forward and Diz had his second in a blink. Archie Rouvray took a bone-crunching bump which rocked him to the back of the head. Port District thought they had broken Archie, but the warrior that Archie is, he got up, took the kick and this visibly deflated Port Districts. Then re-enter OB who snagged another 2 clever goals. Henry marked, took responsibility for his team and kicked another important set shot. The Premiership quarter had once again spoken true and our boys had kicked 6 goals to 1. 3-quarter time was a 5-goal break, 10-6 to 5-4. The boys sensed they had their opponents on the ropes, but Port Districts were coming home with the wind. Port Districts opened with intent, but could not convert and kicked 4 points. Defence held strong with Noah, Thom, S, Blake, Ollie, Tanner and Finn all working together maintaining possession. Port Districts converted from a turnover and the game was tightening. Once again our mid stood tall, took control of the clearance and another forward entry. Then came Maka who fought for possession passing to Damo in the goal square. Damo goaled and settled the boys. Port Districts responded but our defence continued to hold. Port Districts got another but their spirit was fractured. Another centre clearance and forward to Damo who kicked his second and the game was ours. Diz finished off with his third and the siren came. The boys had done it. 9 yellows, 7 blacks, 4 newbies and 1 who stayed down to play in his age group had come together to form a team that won the flag. Best players, grand final medalist, Bog. Archie Rouvray, all played well. Goals, Max Disbury, 3-0, Ollie Betterman, 3-0, Thom Germany, 2-1, Damien Dunn, 2-1, Henry McKinnon, 2-0, Archie Hayward, 0-2, Ben Camporelli, 0-1, Rushed, 0-3. Well, that took a while guys, but there you go. Now my personal view of the game that I played. And I guess I'll give a bit of one on the Div 1's granny since I was watching that for as much as I could before I could get to my game, as I mentioned in my grand final preview video. Right, so Div 1's game, very good. I feel like it was more tough the second time they versed them, 2 weeks ago actually. Yeah, so I don't know what to do with that was, and it just seemed seemed easier. I don't know why, but I guess we had the home advantage, local Glenelg Oval, pretty much right down from our club. Yeah, so many people live in the area, we had everyone on our side, so many of the players live around Glenelg, or in Glenelg, so yeah, some of the schools are around there, but yeah, that game was great. TD played really well, it seems like Damo played really well too, I've heard. That was 4th quarter when I wasn't there. Diz played well, everyone played well, as I said, same as mine. But yeah, so my personal view of my game though, pretty good. I played defense for most of the game. I got about an 8-9 minute run forward in the third, and then I was rostered for forward for entire fourth, forward pocket, and then I quickly swung back to defense because we needed extra defender, as I'm the best defender there, and most solid, as my coaches told me. So yeah, I captained the boys quite well. I think I could have done a better job. I don't know, with the pre-game speech, and so I wanted to do more. But we're kind of running out of time, so I had to do it quick. Really odd with the coin toss, we actually lost it. Went tails, classic me. I had the feeling we are gonna lose it by saying tails and it would go heads. Went heads. But GLENUNGA chose the complete opposite way to the wind, and oh my god, it was so obvious which way the wind was going. It was so strong, just blowing back into us, going that way, and I chose the other end. And we got it, and we're like, alright. And then I'm like, they know this over well, they're up to something, they're coming home with the wind in the last quarter, that means. They kicked 3 goals in that last quarter, so yeah. But I did a pretty good job. I played a pretty good game. I was kind of hidden for most of it since I'm defense, but everyone played their role. Again, I was playing my role, as I mentioned in the grand final preview. When I went forward, I had a couple opportunities to kick some goals. I think I had about 3. One of the kicks was a wobbler straight to me, only like 5 meters, 10 meters. So yeah, couldn't really mark that. I dropped that one just in front of the goals. Had another opportunity, but I couldn't really do it. But yeah, great game. We ended up winning, and Thom boys, yeah, and I have some great photos that were taken by professionals there, and team photos as well by one of the photographers that takes some of our photos. But official photos will be out quite soon. I'm not sure when, probably a week max, and I'll share them with you, but they probably won't be in this video, unfortunately. Yeah. But that'll be really cool. Yeah, but I think that's gonna do it. We all played well. Went back to the club. Celebrated there for a bit. That was quite fun. Watch out under 18s lose their grand final. Unfortunately, in extra time. So yeah. But then we had Mad Monday and took the day off the next day. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. This is the end to it, obviously. We'll probably maybe one more with the photos. But yeah, yeah, give this series a like, this video a like if you wanna, if you have enjoyed it and want to see one more, and subscribe to join the Kenobi career. And I think I will see you guys in the next video. This will wrap up today's. See you then.